Okay, we're back, and this video will cover part two of the 6-inch rhythm and wrapping subtraction cube. Now, I have partially assembled this cube. I just want to share some key skills in order to move things around. So just as a reminder, if you have a component and you wish to move it around, you're going to be using the move command. There's a shortcut. If you hit M, you'll activate move. So if you look at my pointer, it will go from a pointer to mover, and you'll see if there are components, you'll be able to move things. But before that, you do have to select it. So if you hit the move command, it will highlight all the different components. If you pre-select it, makes things a little bit easier. So you're able to grab these endpoints and just drag things around. Now you do have to be careful. Sometimes if you have the command activated still and you try to move something, you inadvertently move it as well. So make sure, pay attention to what is highlighted blue. Now I left this final piece in our board flat just to show you the skill that you're going to be using to line things up. So all what was done to move this into place was using the rotate command. So if you hit the rotate command, you get this protractor, and by hovering over the endpoints, you're able to rotate things. Now, if you do it correctly, right on the corner, you should be able to click and just rotate down. We're just going to rotate this down 90 degrees. Control Z. Well, let's say you weren't able to get that corner. The geometry, there was too much going on, you weren't able to grab it. Sometimes I found that the midpoint is a good point to rotate, so just click, drag this way, you don't have to go all the way to the edge. Click here. Oops, see, wrong face. So make sure this is highlighted blue here and rotate that 90 degrees. It's not lined up, so I'm going to switch over to the move command, and I just need to make sure this outside corner matches this outside corner. And this is where our rabbet joints would be for our foam models. So as long as you see this square, you know that it is lined up correctly. If it looks oblong or rectangular, it might be that you're off. Okay, so that's moved into place. All you have to do now is just add the bottom piece. So let's shift and move over. Still have the move command. So I'm going to grab this corner, move it over here a little bit closer. And now I'm going to grab this outside corner here, and it should line up with this. But let's first see how far away it is. Control Z. Now, if you have a good structure and you just don't want to mess with it, you can also create another group within the group. So let's just go ahead and highlight this and make that a group. So this will no longer move, and let's just lock it so it doesn't move. So let's try to move the bottom back down here. Oh, so that might be a distance away. So let's get that close. Let's use our elevations and views to get it close. All right, so way over there. So let's just click and drag it over here. And I should be able to lock it in here. Let's go with another view. Control Z. Let's move that closer. That's a lot closer. So let's get this outside locked up that outside. And I think we have it. Control Shift E, zoom all. And there is the cube. Now, you are done with the project, but you do have to clean it up a bit more. So, to make sure this is one solid cube, you need to make sure that you need to make sure that the inside part has dark lines, so it's a fully solid assembly. Only do this when you are completely done with your model. So if there was something off or misaligned, I would suggest maybe you save a secondary file just in case you need to go back and make some edits. But when you are done with everything, highlight everything. Let's go ahead and lock it. And let's make that a group again. And this time we're going to select it and we're going to intersect faces. And we're going to go with model. So now this should be one solid piece. And if we look inside, we have those edges. So that is helpful. So we have all these nice sharp edges. And we should be able to edit this. So you still have some of that functionality. But again, I always like to save a separate copy just in case something's off. Looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and close group, close group, close group, Control-Shift-E. And there is your completed project. So make sure that you save this in the correct way. And the way we have been saving files is by making sure we add the name of the project, the name of the person who created the project, followed by the period that they're in. So I'll go ahead and save this now. So File. Let me go ahead and undo that. So let's Control Z. No, that's fine. I believe you guys can do that on your own. You don't have to do this step, but make sure you do save a version of it before you intersect faces. So let's go ahead and save this. So save as. So we're going to save it as the 6-inch subtraction cube or rhythm and wrapping cube. So rhythm RW cube underscore your name underscore in the period you're in. So let's go period 2. And this does take a moment to load, so some good practices while we're waiting. Try to save it somewhere where you're able to find it. So in your classroom folder, that's a great location for it. Make sure you label your work as often as you can. You don't want to have a bunch of untitled assignments. So let's go ahead and save this under classroom. And you know this has been successfully saved. You'll get the saved confirmation on the top. I'll have your new title, and you're done. So once again, to record the completion of this, you're going to link the folder or link the file on your Google Classroom, and you're also going to be creating a PDF. I do recommend that you take the 9 standard photos for your portfolio. You're able to take those 9 pictures here. You can do it in a couple different ways. You can print to save. So for example, the 9 views we have are right here. So let's start with the top view. Control-Shift-E. Maybe zoom out 1, 2. And when I counted 1, 2, it was just 2 clicks of the wheel on the mouse. So let's go ahead and print, current view, print a PDF, continue, and it downloaded a copy. And you would do that for all of your different views. So let's go right, save. Actually, for your portfolio purposes, it might be a better idea to save this as a PNG. So let's try that instead, PNG. Let's look at that. Yep, that's pretty nice right there. Let's keep it as a transparent background. And right-hand view. Suppose you could change it. Let's try this. 100. And let's try 800. Let's try 960. That's pretty good, 960, 800. So export PNG. So this was the right-hand side. And I believe you could do that. Shift. Let's move that into place. So 960 by, actually I like that a little bit better. 960 by 965. Let's try 960 by 960. Yes, that's much nicer. 960, 960 is a great view. Export PNG. And you just keep exporting these until you have all the 9 views. And you can obviously save this and upload it to a Google Slide to record your results. So to finish this submission, yes, please load the file of your SketchUp file to Google Classroom. It should load pretty quickly because these 2 accounts are linked. And please accompany that by submitting a Google Slide of your 9 views. Make sure that it's 11 by 17, or excuse me, landscape 17 by 11 Google Slide. All right, I hope this presentation has been helpful. Hopefully this gives you a little bit more clarification as what you're supposed to do for the remainder of this project. Now, expect more videos similar to this covering other projects in more depth. This is going to be a video series that builds upon prior videos, so make sure you view this, absorb the information as best you can, so you could take your skill set that you've learned now and apply it to the next project. All right, thank you very much. Hope this was beneficial for everybody. If you have any questions, always come back and refer to the video. Have a nice day, and we'll talk to you soon.